Good afternoon, kids. It is Wednesday, December 2nd. And unfortunately, this is probably going to be my last hunt of the season. It's quite fitting that I'm ending it in the same tree that I shot my big 8-pointer back in October up here in northern Wisconsin. A buddy of mine had come up on Monday, I guess, and with the hopes of shooting a few does for the freezer. And we've had just incredibly good weather. The last 3 sits have all been calm, crisp, cold, lots of deer moving. So anyways, it's kind of funny because it just clouded up and got pretty windy out of the west. And this is the first time I've been in this tree since I shot that buck back in October, so kind of had some hiccups down in Illinois, but all in all, it worked out pretty darn good. So I'm just going to give you guys a recap of my season, because there's some stuff that happened this year that you guys are going to want to see. So my early season started out pretty slow, which is pretty odd for me. Normally I got some bucks, patterned a little bit up here, but I didn't see much early. And then I started getting some pictures on the mock scrape that I had here at this stand. Drove up north on a fateful, I believe it was a Tuesday morning, mid-October, for a few day hunt, and I climbed into my stand that I'm in right now on a windy, cold day, and had a fantastic hunt. You guys watched that hunt unfold on an earlier episode, but man, I had a few big does come through, and then I had a progression of bucks that just kept getting bigger and culminated with that big wide 8-pointer that we called Harrison. So made a beautiful shot on him, got to watch him drop. That was the best part about that whole hunt, is making a great shot on that big buck. So anyways, that kind of wrapped it up for Wisconsin for me. So man, it was down to Illinois for me not soon after that. And I really had a slow start down there as well. I really didn't pass up a whole bunch of deer. I saw some deer, but I was kind of back and forth from Illinois 3 or 4 times, I guess. And that brings me to my hunt on November 11th. Man, I had been waiting for a northwest wind. Seemed like all in November. Everything was out of the south, and I had put up a new set down in this creek bottom. And finally got the wind to switch on the night of November 10th. So November 11th, I snuck my way down into that creek bottom stand super, super early. I had heard on the walk in 2 different times, I heard a buck growl. So it was about 150 yards to the west of my stand that I was going to. So I knew that there was a good buck probably tending a doe down in that creek bottom. Snuck down in the bottom, had deer around me the whole time in the darkness. As it got light, I had a couple of fawns feeding around me, and lo and behold, here comes that doe walking up the creek with this great big 10-pointer behind her. And it seemed like it took forever for him to get to me. They dropped down into the creek bottom when they got to me, and I had a spot where I should have been able to shoot him, but the grass on the creek bank was too tall. And so he got through that, and then my only chance was if he stopped halfway up the opposite side creek bank, I was going to have a shot at him. So the doe had bounced up the bank already and was standing on the top. And once you know, that big bastard just walked up that bank, stopped right where he was supposed to. I hadn't had a chance to range anything yet that morning because all the deer had been around me, but I judged it at 40 yards I might have a deer walk by me here while I'm doing this interview, but I don't really care. So anyways, he stopped on that opposite side creek bank right where I needed him. Put my 40-yard pin right on there. I had to lean out to get around a branch that was in my way. Man, I just felt like it was the best shot I'd ever made in my life. That arrow just arced right in there and hit him. I knew I was a little bit forward and maybe a little bit high, but to me it looked like the arrow went right into the body cavity and then bounced back out when he jumped up that bank. But in hindsight, I must have caught the top of the shoulder, some ribs up there, and just didn't get any penetration on him. I got to watch him for about 5 minutes after the shot, and he ended up chasing the doe that he was with around for that 5 minutes. Man, that was a heartbreaking hiccup down in Illinois for sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be chasing that buck again next year. I just don't think I got into him enough to kill him. So anyways, when I rebounded from that tragedy, I ended up having a great opportunity at a doe. There's getting to be quite a few does down there, and my landowner friend wanted some venison, so I had a nice, I don't know, maybe a 2-year-old doe come through. I had a bunch of different cameras set up on different angles, and she just came right into the setup, and I took her front legs out, took the top of her heart out, and made another really good shot. A little bit lower than I wanted, but it was right there, and all of my cameras were working, so you guys get to see a bunch of different angles on that shot, which was pretty cool. Kind of got me back on my feet, after that wounded buck. So I called her quits down in Illinois and came back home, and actually went out to a buddy of mine's got a new lease, and last year I had shot a doe fawn the week before our gun season up here in Wisconsin, to use as camp meat, because I'm in charge of cooking for all of my family up at our family cabin in Minong, Wisconsin, northwest Wisconsin. So anyways, I thought, I'm gonna sneak out to that lease and see if I can't shoot myself a doe fawn. So really had a fun hunt. Saw some bucks, and once you know it, I had two orphan fawns come walking down through these open hardwoods, and they just like it was meant to be. They came right up in front of me and started milling around, and made a beautiful shot on that fawn. Just put it right in the crease, halfway up the body. I got all of it on my GoPro from behind me. You can see the deer coming all the way up on the GoPro, and get to see the shot and actually get to watch the deer die all on that GoPro. So that was pretty cool, getting a bunch of different angles, a couple of different angles, I guess, on that doe fawn. And man, oh man, was she tasty. We ate 3 meals of her up at deer camp, so it worked out pretty slick. I think that's going to be a tradition that I'm going to try to continue every year. If I can shoot a doe fawn before our gun season up here, that works out pretty slick for me and saves us all a little bit of money as well. So that brings us to this trip up, my last hunting of the season, probably, at least deer hunting. So like I said, me and my buddy came up here on Monday looking for a doe or two to top off the freezers, and I also was looking to get back on the top of the leaderboard for our pro staff doe contest at bowhunting.com. So I know that there's some big old nannies up here. I always try to pick out some fawnless big does, because even though we've got a lot of deer up here, those big adult does that get fawns through every year are key because these wolves really run them up here. So I try not to take a doe with fawns for that reason. Anyways, the last 3 sits, man, I tell you, I saw a bunch of deer, but they were just twisting me up, man. Oh man, I was trying to shoot them on the south side of that tree over there. I was hunting west of here, and I just couldn't get them on the right side of the tree. And finally I got this big old Nanny. She came down the old 20-yard runway this morning and just worked out slick again. I had the GoPro going, so we get to see it all on the GoPro above me, and actually zoomed in pretty good for me. That's about as zoomed in as I get when I'm self-filming. But made a beautiful 20-yard shot on her, high lungs, double lung. She went about 40 yards and tipped over dead. So man, oh man, just incredible to be able to bring you guys all of my hunts throughout the year. Ended up taking 3 does and 1 nice buck this year, all with great shots. That's really a fun year. So I just wanted to recap that so you guys could see some of those doe kills that I had and kind of get a rundown of how my season went. So hopefully we can shake this virus mess that we got going on in this country and get back to normal in 2021. But I'm so looking forward to next season already. Feeling comfortable with my shooting, and that makes all the difference to making fun hunts for me. So I hope you guys all had a successful season as well. I know a lot of you guys are still going to be hunting late season, but I'm going to head this train down to Florida pretty quick, so hopefully get a little bit of ice fishing in before I go. But until next year, you guys know how it goes. Bow hunt or die.
Hey, good morning, kids. Hey, everybody. Johnny Herrmann here.
Hey, everybody. Johnny Herrmann here.
Hey, guys. Johnny Herrmann here. Hey, kids. Johnny Herrmann here. Hey, kids. Well, hello, everybody. Johnny Herrmann here.